Shalom, call Halola Yahweh by Hashem Shah, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world ignorantly call God, by Hashem, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son is Yahweh by Hashem Shah. Also, shalom to you brothers, you Akim pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem Shah. Shalom to you brothers once again. Also to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Though you may look like the heathen nations are scattered amongst, which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, are the nations starting from 2 on down. Those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people right here, you see on this chart right here through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word, this truth, you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, and child. This does apply. Okay, to you, you are Israelites. Though you do look like the heathen you're scattered amongst. Once again, due to the scattering of these people in this chart, so you will have Israelites that come looking like the heathen, but they're indeed Israelites because their spirit bear witness with this word, that they're the sons and daughters of Yahweh by Shema Shah. They're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 to 15 verse on down, and their lineage goes back to these people through the man. Okay? To the few Akwaf, which you few Israelite sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, or wherever you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah. And I'm gonna play this clip real quick. But something told me to do a topic or a lesson on this. You know, you got here Andrew Cuomo, he's pleading, for the violence and how they want the violence to stop, how it's never going to work. Well, no. Okay? So I'm just going to play this and then I'm going to get the scriptures and close it out.
Night all across this nation. It was an ugly night across this state. We had a number of protests all across the state. New York City, cities upstate. We've seen a lot of disturbing video about the protests, and where I've asked the Attorney General to review the New York City protests and the actions and procedures that were used. I'm going to ask her to include in that review these demonstrations that are ongoing last night, if there are additional demonstrations tonight. And the Attorney General will be reviewing those actions. Upstate New York, we also had actions. We had a significant state police presence all across upstate New York. We have the National Guard on standby. We expect additional protests tonight, and we're preparing for such. Rochester, the county executive, and the mayor asked for additional state police for tonight, and we're going to have 200 additional state police. But look, the big issue is people are outraged, and I understand that. I'm outraged. It's not just George Floyd's killing, although that's enough to outrage a nation. It's George Floyd, it's Ahmaud Arbery, it's Breonna Taylor, all just in the past 3 months. It's 30 years of Rodney King and Amadou Diallo and Sean Bell and Abner Louima, and the same case in states all across this nation, where only the name changes but the color stays the same. You then had the first press conference by prosecutors looking at the Minneapolis situation that frankly raised more questions than it answered. And the real issue is the continuing racism in this country. And it is chronic, and it is endemic, and it is institutional. And it speaks to a collective hypocrisy. We're very good in this country at telling other people how they should live their lives and how they should act, how we preach a high standard, but we still discriminate on the basis of color of skin. That is the simple, painful truth. But this is a moment for truth. Now, at the same time, it is equally true that violence never works. How many protests have we had? How many nights have we gone through like last night? How many times have we burned down our own businesses, our own neighborhoods, and our own communities? Burning down your own house never works and never makes sense. Burning down your own struggling businesses, people who are trying to bring back the community, never makes sense. It dishonors Mr. Floyd's death. Mr. Floyd was not violent.
There it is. Andrew Cuomo, he's a serpent, man. He's good at talking this no good game, but it's only a matter of time before, you know, it comes out, what he really feels. But he said, it's sad, how hypocrites, how we still, dealing with this problem of, killing people over skin color. And they're not killing you, so-called these Edomites, which this is the Edomite, okay? They're not killing you, okay, over skin color, because you have, on the planet Earth, you have many different, dark races, but you don't see Esau, discriminating or, killing and murdering, so-called Africans, okay? You don't see, him messing with, the Elam, which is the so-called East Indians, okay? Well, these other so-called dark races, you only see them messing with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, especially you so-called Negroes, because you're the head tribe, okay? And really what it goes back to is they Esau, as you see right here, they're the Edomites, and just to anybody that's new, and we're the Israelites. That's why this is happening. That's why the tensions between us and them is the way it is, okay? But now he's talking about the violence, how he wants the violence to stop. He's pleading for the violence to stop. And it's not just him. It's the rest of these so-called, governors, which at the end of the day, okay, there's an agenda behind all this. They don't want this to stop. They actually want this to continue on because they could go forward with their agenda, which is that New World Order, okay? But the violence isn't going to stop, okay? So you could expect that. The violence is going to get worse and worse and worse, okay? It's already worse right now, but it's just going to get bad to a point where everybody's going to know, because you still have people, the violence is happening in mostly these, urban areas, the inner cities, but you have in some suburbs within certain states, nothing's happening, okay? It's going to be bad to a point where you people, and everybody's going to feel it, okay? This is, let me see. Real quick. This is Isaiah 57:12. It says, let me see. I'm gonna start, let me see. I started Isaiah 57, actually in the 15th verse. It says, for thus said the high and lofty one that inhabited the earth, eternity, for whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble, and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. For I will not content forever, neither will I always be wroth, for the spirit shall fail before me, and the souls which I have made, for the iniquity of his covetousness was I wroth, and smote him. I hid me and was wroth, and he went on frowardly in the way of his heart. I have seen his ways, I will heal him. I will lead. Hold on. Let me get to the point, actually. It says, I create the fruit of the lips. Peace, peace to him that is far off, and to him that is near, said the Lord, and I will heal him. But the wicked, which the wicked, according to Malachi 1:4, also Job 9:24, are you Edomites. Okay, you're the wicked, and the earth has been given into your hands, and you've done nothing but push wickedness. You've done nothing but, as I'm about to get, is push violence. Okay? says, but the wicked are like the troubled sea, when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. And this man's facing calamities on all sides. Okay? It's to that point now where these elites, they're still trying to control everything, but it's getting to the point now where the Lord is intervening so much that they starting to scratch their heads like, what the hell? This is what it's getting to. It says there is no peace, said my power to the wicked. Okay? So don't expect peace. And really, Esau, like I said earlier, he doesn't expect peace anyway. He was set up, according to Revelation 6 and 4, not to take peace from the earth, and that he shall kill. No, hey, he had a great sword, man. Okay? But it's not happening. Okay? Because you got these average, everyday Joe six packs. Okay? They want everything to go back to them. It's not going to happen. Okay? Peace is not coming to you. Okay? Destruction is coming to you. You know? Let me see. This is let me see. Bear with me. This is Habakkuk 2 and 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establisheth a city by iniquity. Okay? How did you Edomites get America? Okay? You stole it. You stole it from the so-called Native Americans. Okay? The Gadites, who are also Israelites, by the way. Okay? You came over here, you slaughtered them. Okay, don't forget about the Trail of Tears. Okay, you basically kicked them off their land, sent them packing and walking, and a lot of them, due to the weather, a lot of them got sick and died off, man. Okay? You've established yourself in America and wherever you're settled at, okay, through bloodshed. Okay? And it was mainly through the blood of the Israelites. Okay? And you expect peace to come in this place, it's not gonna come to this place. Okay? Let me see if I can find the other scripture. This is Jeremiah, I believe it's 22 or 23. I always forget where this one is at, but let me see. This place was built off of bloodshed, man. Lies. Okay? This actually let me get this scripture, then I'm gonna come back. Okay? You've established your power, okay, by rape, robbing, and murder. The thief coming not for to steal, for to kill and to destroy, man. Okay? Says, this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 9. It says, all this have I seen, and apply my heart unto every work that is done in the sun, that there is a time when one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And who's ruling right now? You Edomites are ruling. Okay? You are ruling, and who are you ruling over? You're ruling over the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the original, okay, rulers of the planet, the supposed, yeah. Because we're really supposed to be ruling, because we went off, we broke the law, statutes, commandments, okay? We're basically, like it says in Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter, 6th verse, for folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. The rich that sit in a low place are the Israelites. Because right now we're in the bottom. Our name, we go by bywords, okay? We're poor, okay? We have nothing. We've been stripped of our glory from Yahweh Bashim Shah due to our iniquity. Okay? And you've been ruling ever since. But you've ruled over our people, okay, with the rod of iron. Okay, you showed no mercy. Okay? So, going back to Jeremiah the 22nd chapter. Let me see. This is Jeremiah 22, and I'm going to start at 12. But he shall die in the place whither they have led him captive. Okay? And he shall see this land no more. This was going into our people, right? But we were also led captive, here in America, wherever we've been scattered. But the point right here says, woe, which is destruction, unto him that buildeth this his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. Okay? And that's what you did. You brought us over here, had us, pick cotton, okay, and all these other things. What do you think these clothes, Levi's, Ralph Lauren, what are those made out of? It's made out of cotton. Okay? So you got big off that, The dude Ford, the so-called, car creator, or the assembly line, whatever, man. Okay? That was stolen, you know. All these inventions that Esau put himself on, if you do the research, a lot of those inventions was actually created by Jake. But what Esau did was because he had the power to do so, okay, he put his name on those inventions, and he had the world think that he, was this smart guy and he created everything. Okay, and what did he do? He cast the true inventors, which was the most of the inventions was done by you so-called Negroes and the rest of you tribes. Okay, he made you seem like you didn't do anything. Okay, that's what he's done. Okay, how he got all these corporations. Where did you get that off? You got that off the slave trade, man. That's all. All this is blood money, you know. But he ain't gonna admit that. He ain't gonna spit that out. Okay, he gonna keep trying to play like he don't know what's going on here, That saith, I will build me a White House and large chambers. These different, corporations, these skyscrapers. Esau likes to, gentrify certain areas. You only could do that is because you got a head start. Okay, you got a head start. Okay, all goes back to slavery. It says, and cut it from our windows, and it's sealed with cedar, and painted with vermilion. Shalt thou reign because thou closest thyself in cedar? Did not thy father eat and drink and do judgment and justice, and then it was well with them? Right? Because your forefathers did. Okay, you Edomites, your forefathers did that to our forefathers. And real quick, actually, let me keep reading, and I'm gonna get a scripture. He judged the cause of the poor and needy, then it was well with them. And was not this known to me, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah? But thine eyes not hard not, but for thy covetousness, and for to shed innocent blood, which you're still doing right now, and for oppression to do, and for violence to do it. And this is what you've been doing. And real quick, going to that fathers, because you don't want to admit, you say it's my forefathers. Well, hopefully I can remember where it's at. I believe it's Sirach 30. Let me just start Sirach 30. Well, Ecclesiasticus 30. Bear with me real quick. Hold on, let me go back. I think I went too far. Let me type it in. I hate when that happens. Father dieth. Yeah, there it is. I passed it. This is Ecclesiastes, a Sirach, right? To you that said it was my forefathers, right? In 3. Ecclesiastes 30 and 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, right? Yet he is as though he were not dead, for he have left one behind him that is like himself. Okay? So we are still those descendants of the same people you brought up. The same people you brought over here, okay, on slave ships. We the same. We're the descendants of those people. It's almost as we're the same people, which we are. Okay, we are our forefathers, just like you are your forefathers. Okay, and they was okay with rape, robbing, and murdering, and having us built. Okay, what you see right now, this American, so-called American empire. Okay, so just like you've killed with the sword, you're gonna be killed with the sword. You know. Let me see. This is Psalm 7. Actually, you know what? Let me get that reap what you sow. And then I'm gonna get that Psalm 7. This is Job 4 and 8. It says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity, which you've plowed iniquity and sow wickedness, reap the same. Okay? And this is what you're witnessing. These violence that's going on in this man's system is him reaping his own wickedness. And going back to Psalms, the 7th chapter, it says, behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is falling into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. Okay, and it's starting through these unrest, man. This world is now worldwide. It's happening worldwide. It's now in Brazil, Toronto, Berlin. Okay, it's happening worldwide. Because you got Jake, scattered amongst these heathens. You can't forget that. So, this is happening worldwide, man. Okay, you already had the COVID-19 lockdown. A lot of these businesses, okay, that's so what essential and still open, or are already on edge and in debt, already losing money. So now you got the stores being set on fire and looted, which is some Esau got agent provocateurs out there, but you actually got people out there that's really upset, and a lot of these stores ain't coming back, man. It's over with. That's more job loss on top of it. So when the stimulus checks stop coming in on the 31st of July, okay, people going to lose it. No more food. People are going to lose. It's going to get worse, okay? But it's all because you killed with the sword, so you're going to be killed. I mean, you killed with the sword to get what you're going to get. Now you're going to be taken down by the sword. I'm about to get that, real quick. I'm going to end it with this. So expect it to get worse. Okay? It's just going to get worse and worse and worse up to the destruction of this place. This is Revelations 10, right? I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to start at 17 verse, because this is actually what's happening now. It says, for in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught. And this is going into the nuclear destruction, but the riches is coming to naught right now. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Because America will be destroyed in World War III with nuclear missiles. And you also going to have the chariot shooting fire out. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she made desolate. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, which the heaven really is you Israelites. Okay, the kingdom of heaven dwelleth within you, Salakia, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Okay? It says, And the voice of the harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman, of whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, man. You've lied to everybody. Okay? And everybody's finding out that you've lied. Okay? Everybody's finding out this American utopia that you've been pushing on the minds of the people is all a lie. It's all about the 1%, the financial elite. Okay? And it's about you Edomites. But now you low-level Edomites have been sold out. So now, at the end of the day, that's what? A house divided against itself, which once again leads to your destruction. So, in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints. Which the saints of who? The Israelites. This place, okay, is filled with the blood of the Israelites, man. This is a graveyard for our people. And of all that were slain upon the earth. Okay? So this is why this place is going to go down, man. The same way you use the sword to get what you got, all the riches of the earth, is the same way you're going to be taken down. It's through violence, man. The sword, man. Okay? And we in the time right now. So, call Halal Allah Yahweh by Shemel Shah. Yahweh Ratazah, this was edifying. Baba Gashah, Baba Ball, Baba Ball, Baha Yabya, Baha Yabya. And Shalom to the elect. You few Aqua, you few Israelite sisters that do listen. Shalom.